All right, so let's talk about this good girl mindset, okay? I have worked in the past 10 years with thousands of women that from a very young age were socialized into compromising their inner boundaries and desires in order to fit into this good girl mindset. So, how you style your hair, if you wear makeup or don't wear makeup, or how much makeup. God, so many things. The clothes that we wear, how much of the chest that we're showing on live video. The men that we date and marry, like if we speak up for ourselves. So these are the things that when we're socialized from a very young age to be a good girl, and we hear this a lot in the Christian community, right, ladies? I heard it a lot growing up. Like, you can't do that. You can't say that. You can't wear that. Good Christian girls don't do those things in bed. That's for the worldly couples. And I mean, I heard all of that stuff, okay? So let me know in the comments, like, is this something that is you also? Because it's something that held me back for many, many years. Having that conditioned thought in my head, I need to be a good girl in order to get approval from my parents, approval from God, approval from my husband, approval from friends, coworkers, people I do work with, like all of this stuff. So that impacted me to be able to make my own decisions based on my own internal voice. I actually lost my voice. I didn't even have my voice because really all I was hearing was all of the thoughts in my head that other people had said about what a good girl should, look like or do or speak or how they should dress and all those kind of things. So then what happens is good girls become women who have to please every single person around them. Which then what happens is this makes us ignore our inner guidance, our inner voice, this inner roadmap that we used to know when we were very young, but then that got silenced because of everybody else's opinions and because we wanted to please people. So now as a woman, so many of us don't even know who we are. Like we're literally walking around like, I have no clue. I have no idea, okay? It also makes it very difficult to make decisions without the approval of other people, including our own husbands and our parents still. Like, I'm 50, and sometimes the good girl mindset that we're talking about, it still comes out when my mom's around, like, oh, I better not say that or dress like that or whatever because I don't want to get in trouble from my mom. Like, I'm 50. Should I care about that? No, but so many of us still do. It's so ingrained. The good girl mindset is so ingrained in us that we literally can't do anything that we want to do or say or dress or wear makeup or not or how we do our hair. I mean, like all of the things until we get someone else's opinion, all right? I still remember probably about, 10 years into my marriage when I started to get this feeling that I was so depressed from keeping myself, like my real self, stuffed down. And I was even doing this with Chuck, you guys. So it came up with him so much that his opinion, because I didn't want to cause a fight, I didn't want to cause disconnection in our marriage. So when he would say things like, I don't like rap music, and he still doesn't, like he actually hates rap music, but I like it, like I love it. I've been listening to rap music from a very young age. Like, that was my whole teenage, like, rap music. I loved it. But for a long time, because he said, oh, I don't like rap music, I only listened to rap music when he wasn't around. So if I heard him start to come in from work and in the door, oh my God, I gotta hurry and turn off the rap music. I don't want him to hear it. I don't want him to get upset. I don't want to hear him get upset. I don't want him to make me feel bad. I don't want him to make me feel like, I'm not a good girl because I listen to rap music and it's got cussing and I'm a Christian and you don't listen to rap music with cussing, like this whole thing. So I would run and like hurry and turn off the rap music to avoid a fight because I just didn't want to have that conversation, okay? So here's what I learned, and this was learned in my very early 40s, and now I just turned 50 in June. So almost 10 years ago, I learned that the reality is absolutely no one person has the guide or the roadmap to determine what's best for you, what's best for me, except yourself. You are the only person that knows what is right for you. Nobody else can make that decision for you, okay? So if you, like I did, are still carrying around this good girl mindset, okay, you have to carve out time, okay, the necessary time to rediscover who you really are. Learn how to listen to your inner voice. What does your inner voice even sound like? Who is she really? You really have to carve out the necessary time, and it's some deep work that has to happen in order for you to learn what your inner voice sounds like. This means it's not just listening or hearing to your thoughts and feelings, but also acting on them as soon as you feel them, right away. So if you get an intuition type of hit, you're not saying like, maybe I should go talk to my husband about this and see what he thinks. Let me go see what my girlfriend Shirley thinks about this. Let me go see what my kids, if this is going to make my kids feel uncomfortable. You're not even caring anymore. Like, you literally can say like, oh wow, I got this thought. I can tell it's from me. So I'm going to act on it right away. And when you learn how to do this, more money comes in, your business grows, you attract the right man into your life if you're single. You learn how to speak up for yourself if you're married. Like my husband, he can't tell me shit, you guys, anymore. Like he used to, I would hear him, oh, I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable. And so I would pull back on myself, which then caused depression and anxiety, because when you're not being yourself, you literally get depressed. You're like, why can't I get out of bed? Well, it's because you have no motivation, no internal motivation to be yourself. Everybody has stuffed you down for years, and unfortunately, because as the good girl mindset, we want to please everybody, like we literally don't even know how to even start to listen to our voice and to get in tune with who you really are. That's why I created so many of these different programs throughout the years that you guys have seen me talk about, because I see it happening. I saw it in myself. I see it in you, in the conversations that you and I have through private messages. I can hear in the way that you talk that you are people pleasing. You are tapping into this good girl mindset. You're holding yourself back. I don't want you to do you want to keep doing that for like the entire rest of your life so that you're not truly happy and owning who you are as the person that God created you to be? I mean, do you really want to continue for years and years and years this feeling of, oh my God, I'm so like depressed and I'm having panic attacks because I'm so nervous to be myself around other people. That was me for over 40 years, a little over 40 years. So I really want to take this time, ladies, to invite you to a program that I created years ago that has done so much healing. Oh my God. There's been so many women healed in my Unleash Her program that helps you to finally discover your inner self, your inner voice. And then you learn through the processes and the strategies that I've put together how to implement it, how to put action behind it, and how to own it so hardcore that nobody, not including your husband, is ever going to keep you from who you really have been called to be, who you really want to be. And now you're walking around with all this joy and happiness and finally feeling in tune, finally listening to your internal compass. You know, you can feel it like in your heart and soul. Like you can literally, you start to feel it and you're like, whoa, I just got this intuition on what I need to do in my business. Whoa, I just had this idea about, oh my God, that would be so amazing to go to this place and to impact these people and to go serve over here in this country because I feel God calling me. Even though my husband's not called to missions, I'm feeling called to go and help people locally or out of the country. I mean, you just start to get these intuition things and you can feel the fire in your belly. Like it's so strong and you really do learn how to like, boom, I'm doing it. So that's Unleash Her. I also have seen over the years that when we're not tuned in to our true self, not only does it make us feel depressed and we have more panic attacks and things like that, but I've also seen it impact our weight. So, you know, in the comments, tell me like, and maybe you don't even know, maybe you're not even aware of this because I know a lot of ladies in the last 10 years that I've worked with, they didn't know that because they were carrying around this good girl mindset, that it was making them gain weight and it was making them have a really hard time to lose the weight. And even though they might be taking products, exercising, eating healthy, like all these things, but these type of mindsets, this internal mindset struggle, it can be the very thing that's keeping you from losing the weight that you need to lose and then keeping it off so that you can finally be healthy. So, I mean, our minds are powerful. They keep us from our best self in all areas. Business, relationships, health, our weight, I mean, all of it. So that's why years ago, I also created that program that many of you have taken called Becoming Her, which is all about learning how to get in tune with yourself, where you're listening intuitively to when you need to eat and when you need to stop, and you're not overeating, you're not eating junk food when you're not hungry, like all of these things. And it's really helped women to lose weight naturally without dieting. That's how I lost over 100 pounds and I've kept it off for like 13 years or something now. I don't know. I've kept it off for a long time. I also have my Passion Renewed program, which a lot of you ladies have gone through as well. And even men and women have gone through that program where you learn how to find your inner voice so that you can tap into greater amounts of pleasure. And it even helps you to learn how to speak your needs and your desires to the person that you love. It makes you want to be intimate with them more. It's crazy, crazy awesome. So normally each of these programs is between $333 on up to close to $1,000, depending on like how deep you want to go into each program. If we have the one-on-one together and all of that. But today, because it's Cyber Monday, I wanted to give you ladies a special deal that is only through midnight. So you have to get in touch with me right away if you want this, okay? I have a bundle going on where you can get all 3 of my programs that have impacted over 18,000 women and some men. in the last 10 years. So you can get all 3 programs for $555 and you have them